What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, testing negative for the viruses, and of course having a great day so far. It is time now for the Thursday edition of the Virus Update for Thursday, August 21st, 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick, including COVID, flu, measles, RSV, you name it. If there's a virus out there, chances are I have reported on it. Want to stay informed with these viruses? Subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And of course, leave your comments down below. We do have several news stories to talk about today, including news right here in my own state of Pennsylvania. Yeah, not good news. Of course, we have the weekly UK update. We have some CJS data. We also have New York State, which includes New York City and Ohio. So that's a lot to get through. But real quickly, an update on yesterday. You may recall we did a YouTube short, and you witnessed it in the video yesterday. I was not feeling so great yesterday, long COVID. I'm feeling better today. Still a little bit of a headache. I think that's something I'm just always going to have is a headache. Not as tired as yesterday, and which is funny because last night I didn't sleep too well, but yet today I'm more awake than I was yesterday. I don't get it. And you don't see me going like this anymore because for whatever reason I was burning up yesterday. No fear. I don't know what it was, but yeah, all is fine today. Alrighty, we do have this. Breaking CDC reports Region 8 has the largest COVID surge since January 2nd of 2022. Yeah, take a look at this in the yellow here. Region 8, which does include some of the northern plains, and also Denver, Colorado, is dealing with a rather large surge in COVID at this point. And you can see Region 8, and let's see, what's the positivity rate there? Yeah, Region 8's positivity rate is now at 11.1%. However, look at Region 6. Region 6 is now up to 15%. Let's see, where is Region 6? Well, that includes Texas. And that pretty much, this just came out, so yeah, it's pretty much confirming that things are still rising in some areas, and I'll still show you this next story anyhow. This has to do with COVID cases rise in North Texas as students return to school. We'll just read the headline because some of the data in here is no longer worth me showing to you because of the last thing that I just showed you. Because down here they still show you the previous positivity rates from last week, but nonetheless, positivity rates are still going up. Elementary school, middle school, high school, and college students all going back now. So, yes, this is getting rather interesting to see what's going to happen over the next few weeks. Nonetheless, this COVID wave should peak probably by no later than mid-September. I don't see anything in the immediate future that would extend it beyond that point. And right now, not seeing anything big for the fall, but there are some variants that we're starting to watch, maybe for late fall as we get into the winter holidays. All right, Hank Williams Jr. is unable to perform upcoming shows due to illness. He was supposed to be in Oklahoma. Well, those shows are not going to happen because he is dealing with some sort of illness at this time. All right, moving on now to this. Essex man calls for change in COVID reporting guidelines amid outbreak. This is in the UK. Apparently, he was part of a COVID outbreak that happened at an event, and he was unhappy with the way, he was trying to report it, and they were saying like, oh, we don't really check that anymore, and he's hoping that things can change, and we should go back to, collecting the data over in the UK. And, well, you know what? That should be the case everywhere. If there's an outbreak, we should be able to report it and say, hey, there's an outbreak going on to the CDC, like here in the United States, or over in the UK, the NHS, I believe it's called. Yeah, it is just totally ridiculous that you can't report positive tests. Like, oh, we don't really care about that. It's ridiculous. They should be trying to collect as much data as possible to see what is going on. All right, over in Australia, New South Wales respiratory surveillance reports week ending August 16th, 2025. The COVID positivity rate is 3.7%. That's down by 0.2%. Number of laboratories reporting COVID, 2 out of 4. I wish it would say 4 out of 4. COVID cases, 1,470. That's down by 5.7%. Influenza, 7,405. That's down by 7.8%. RSV, 1,582 cases. That's actually up by 6.7%. So that's not good. Sequencing. We do see NB.1.8.1 is 72% of the cases. XFG now makes up 15% of the cases over there in New South Wales. And do we have anything else? It looks like, yeah, 2 regions are going up, 2 regions are going down when it comes to COVID and wastewater. Alrighty, remember the tennis news the other day? Jannik Sinner's illness in Cincinnati? Well, turns out that was a virus. Turns out his coach and trainer is saying that it is some sort of a virus. And get this, they're going off saying that it's a virus or flu. Why not take one of those multi-tests? He is world number 1, right? Can he not afford one of those multi-test virus tests that shows norovirus, COVID, or flu, or something like that? Yeah, why not actually find out what the virus is? Could it be COVID? Who knows? COVID is running rampant in Ohio right now. Take a look at this here in my state of Pennsylvania, which is neighboring to Ohio. Out-of-state person with measles visited these central Pennsylvania places. That's right. There is exposure to measles in Pennsylvania. We're just going to name the counties here. Adams County, Clearfield County. My grandparents were from just not even a mile east of Clearfield County. Within feet, if the county line was right at their house. But, yeah, been there many of times. Lancaster County, York County. Yeah, this is pretty significant. It's quite a few counties. And the Clearfield County exposure point, that's actually a big one. Sapp Brothers Travel Center, that's a pretty busy travel center. So, yeah, concerning to see all these different exposure points. Oh, look at that, Hickory Falls Entertainment Center. I'm just looking at the names here. Yeah, nonetheless, measles exposure once again in Pennsylvania. We haven't had this since, I believe it was very early in the spring since we've heard about anything in relation to measles in Pennsylvania. And now for a math lesson. You know, we're going back to school. Kindergarten. We'll start you at kindergarten today, okay? Idaho had 1 measles cases. Then we added 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. But you know what? What does 2 plus 1 equal? 3. That's right. Idaho now has their 3rd case of measles. But you know what? Let's go somewhere else. Maybe you're a little advanced. Maybe you're much beyond that. Maybe you're in high school. Or maybe even college. Yeah, let's go to a much bigger number. How about Canada? Yeah, Canada. 4,500. Actually, you probably learned that number. I don't even know these days. You're probably by 5th or 6th grade, you're learning about a number that big. But you get the point. Canada now has 4,500 measles cases. That's a lot of measles cases, my friends. That's bad. And I have no reason to doubt that our cases here in the United States are undercounted. There is no way our number of measles cases is not higher than what we know. Matter of fact, let's take a look at what's going on with the measles numbers here in the United States. As of August 6th, let's see. Did this update? I need to refresh this. Okay, it now says August 20th. Okay. Here in the United States, yeah, 1,375 cases. We have much bigger population than Canada, and then you see Canada 4,500. I mean, come on. I think our number is probably over 1,500, not 1,370. But what do I know? We do see some wastewater sites. Traverse City, Michigan just comes to mind right away, which has constantly been showing measles. So, I mean, I think we have more cases than we know about. Of course, there's a lot of places that are not covered by wastewater here in the United States. All right, my website is datareport.info. I may add a few things to that this evening. We'll see. Probably later in the evening. Yes, I actually feel well enough to go back out to work again this evening. I went this morning, and I'm going again this evening. Let's take a look at Texas. I don't think we're going to have anything for Texas when it comes to measles. Let's refresh this. No, we're done with that. Texas declared their measles outbreak is over. Will we hear about future cases? I hope we will, but I can't honestly say if we will or not. All right, taking a look at Canada. COVID-19 is low, flu A is low, flu B is low, and RSV is reported to be low at this time. Taking a look at what's going on with air qualities in the United States, and you're going to see they're not terrible. In fact, with Hurricane Aaron, which is out here in the Atlantic Ocean, it's actually pulling away some of these bad air qualities from the East Coast. You can see that here. Things have actually improved from eastern North Carolina on northern, a little yellow in Delaware. I'm not concerned about that. You go a little further to the west, there's some yellow, there's some oranges back across the Gulf Coast. Still some problems in the West Coast. I'm hearing there may be some new fires. Look at Idaho and Montana. Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on that, but what you're not seeing is the big plumes of smoke, the big plumes of bad air quality showing up on this map in Canada. I'm really happy to see that, happy to say that, hey, the air qualities have gotten better. Taking a look at Florida, we do see breathing problems listed several times. Not sure what that's all about. Sick person also being listed. Philadelphia, I do need to refresh this. Actually, no. Here it is right here. Wednesday, August 20th, 727 EMS incidents. And I can already tell you, I know of one for today, just up the street. We had a neighbor, next block up, we had someone who I know has congestive heart failure. I don't know how long that's been. I don't know if it's from COVID. I think it did start in the COVID era, though, so who knows. But, yeah, they got taken away today. I didn't actually go back to listen to hear what the call was for, but, yeah, so I know of one call in Philadelphia County, and, oh my, I wish we had daily totals for Montgomery County. 20 EMS calls right now at 4:13 in the afternoon. Let's go through these. See head injury, I'm seeing fever, I'm seeing respiratory difficulty, seeing a bunch of other things. Yikes, that's not good. Well, I hope it's less busy in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Let's refresh this and find out. No. Sick person showing up a couple times. Respiratory difficulty, heart problems, other things. Yikes, not good. How about Bucks County, Pennsylvania? Can that please be less? 8 EMS incidents, and you know what? Kind of makes sense, because wait till you see this. Hopefully it has improved since I last saw, but I doubt it has. Yeah, look at all these hospitals today dealing with problems. Look at Lehigh Valley. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lehigh Valley meaning Allentown, Bethlehem, eastern portion of Pennsylvania. Then you go back to Pottsville, which is west of there. Problem there. St. Luke's, Monroe. I feel like every day we're reporting on this hospital dealing with capacity issues. Now, that did not update since yesterday. Hopefully it will update and they have better news today. Mainline Health, Bryn Mawr. Multiple borders holding in the emergency department. Expect prolonged wait times. What's going on in Westchester? Westchester, if you may recall, if you're a long-time follower of the channel, back when there was the really bad numbers of flu back in the wintertime, this hospital, Penn Medicine, Chester County in Westchester, was doing really bad. And take a look at this. Hospital beds. Wow. Yeah, HPV, the overcrowding, and will be extended wait for emergency department beds. That's not good. So things are not going good in eastern Pennsylvania. Let's see, are things going any better in New Jersey? I think they are, at least last I checked they are. Yeah, everything's normal in New Jersey. All right, here's the weekly New Jersey report. We might as well do this today since I have it right here. Though low, there have been increases in emergency department visits associated with COVID-19 in the recent weeks. Emergency department visits, it says here, remain low. Though low, there continue to be increases in hospital admissions of COVID. The majority of hospitalizations have been reported in 65 years or older. Test positivity is elevated for COVID-19 and other viruses. Levels of COVID-19 influenza type A and influenza type B in wastewater are low at this time. XFG and NB.1, .8.1 subvariants of Omicron are covered by the COVID vaccinations. All right, moving on to this. New York State today, 580 new cases. Hospitalizations did drop ever so slightly. 364 people hospitalized. And going back to cases real quickly, that is pretty much similar to what they reported last week. Yeah, only 6 less than last week at this time. And the hospitalizations, yeah, that is higher than last week at this time. Number of people in the ICU, 42. Again, that's slightly higher than this week. This time last week is what I'm trying to say. All right, New York City, daily average over the last 7 days, 237 cases. Hospitalizations, daily average is 13. Total deaths, they just had 1 death over the last 7 days. In Ohio, we do see RSV. 2 people in the hospital for that. Flu, 4. That's up from 3. 156 for COVID. And that is up from the previous week. Previous week was 148. Already, we do have some numbers from CJS. But before we get to those numbers, I forgot to do something that's usually much earlier in these videos on a Thursday. I think you know what that is. It's Thursday. The UK came in today. So we got to go back and take a look at this. And the UK numbers today are not good. Take a look at this. COVID in the UK, it's going upward. That's the one that's not good. Weekly cases, 1,460. That's up by 249, or, this is a big increase, 20.6%. But again, the majority of the cases in the UK, either they don't get tested, or it's these guys right here, the at-home test. And because of that, it doesn't get reported. They don't have the ZOE system anymore. Thank you to the person who reminded me of what the name of their system was the other day. Deaths in the UK, 43. It says as of August 8th. That could be behind. I don't know. Even if it is, it's up by 6. That's a 16.2% increase. And then we have to come down to this. But before we do, 819 people in the hospital. Yeah, I'm not happy to see this. The positivity rate is getting a little bit concerning now. It's almost at 9%. It's at 8.83% in the UK. Yeah, that is continuing to go upward. That's not good whatsoever. All right, let's take a look at some numbers now from CJS, shall we? And before we read these numbers, full disclosure here, Florida is going to look really high. There is a reason for that. He is saying Florida had a big case dump. He's also saying Maryland added to its case count this week, a big increase. So, yeah, there's some problems going on here. And in Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, number of emergency department visits for this week jumped by 33%. So that's not good. Alrighty, on Tuesday, Florida reported 3,928 new cases, including a significant data dump and 1 new death. New York, 383 new cases. Puerto Rico, 1,198 new cases. Maryland, 1,360 new cases, a 21% increase from what was reported last week. 5 new deaths. Virginia, 3,023 new positive tests, 2,915 for the week of August 10th through August 16th, and 11 deaths reported by the CDC data tracker last Friday. His Wednesday numbers show Florida, 1,893 new cases and 17 new deaths. New York, 428 new cases. Puerto Rico, 1,228 new cases and 14 new deaths. Given Puerto Rico's reporting patterns, those 14 deaths figure to be this week's death count. I wish we would start seeing Puerto Rico's cases come down. Their cases have been high for a really long time, and as we know, with at-home testing, their cases are even higher than that. Nevada, 634 new cases. Washington, wow, this is bad. 844 emergency department visits, a 32.9% increase from what was posted last week, and 9 new deaths. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Thursday edition of the Virus Update. The Friday edition will feature the latest update from the CDC and whatever else I find. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe down below. Remember to hit that notification bell to be notified of my next video. Of course, share this video with anyone you know. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to say where you are from. Quick note about comments. There is no more approval system. All comments will just automatically be approved. I shut that off because we've been having problems with that. Some comments have not been getting through. And this still doesn't seem to have fixed the problem fully, but hopefully it's better than what it was. So, yeah, your comments should go through right away. Quick notes, I will be a little bit delayed in responding to comments this evening. Alright, the only other thing is, ways to support the channel are listed down below. I will see everyone again tomorrow. Until I see you again tomorrow, stay safe, everyone. Have a fantastic Thursday evening, and thanks for watching my videos here on my channel. See you again tomorrow.